What is up, everybody? It's Fat Man coming at you on a beautiful Sunday in the gorgeous Sierra foothills of California. And I decided it was just too pretty of a day to sit inside cooped up, so I figured I'd come out here and bring you guys this video in nature. So I'm gonna have a seat. First off the bat, sorry for the shaky camera work, because I'm gonna be holding this camera during this video. So I'll be honest, I didn't want to start a video, or I didn't want to make a video like this because a speculation video, because a lot of channels kind of just they'll either just pull some bullshit out of their ass, or go on Key Collector and see whatever he's got listed, and they'll go, oh, here's a speculation video, and if one of them hits, then boom, told you I was right. So my speculations are kind of different. I mean, I know, and for me, what I think is we're all kind of like ants. We're all like hive mind. So we all think differently, but a lot of the times we're all following a trend. So, and I mean, I'm not the best specker out there, and it's not like I make millions of dollars on it, obviously. But if I can just mention one of my more recent kind of pickups, I made about 2 years ago. I bought, and this is obviously not anything special, I bought a Ninja Turtle Adventures #1, the Archie comics. I bought it for $25, sent it into CGC, had it graded, came back at 9.8, and then Eastman started signing, and the last Ronin came out, and this Turtles just boomed. So then I ended up taking that comic, which I sold it for, or bought it for 25. I was in probably 35 with the CGC fee total, and I ended up selling it for $2,200. So, I mean, that's a pretty good gain to me. And it's not like you're going to be making gains like that. Sorry about that, it's my dog. Hey, Fred, relax, man. So it's not like you're gonna be making profits like that all the time. But yeah, you know, put your hat in the ring, man. It's the only way you can win it, is if you're in it. So the specs I'm gonna be bringing you today are, they're not your normal ones, and I'm gonna give you the reasonings behind them and how you can apply them to other things. It's not like these comics themselves are specific, and sometimes they can be, I'll list that, but you can use these methods for other comics. So that way you can kind of try and follow the trends, or see if you can try and make a trend yourself and ride that wave. So let's get started. So off the bat, the one I want to bring to you, and the reason why is, let's just bring it out. See if I can get a good shot of this here. Static X, right? Right on. So I got Static X #1. I spec'd on that. The reason why is because if you see a lot of these videos, hold on, I'm sorry. Hey, sorry about that. My dog was barking at something. He's got fixated on something. So he wants to be in the video, but if he's gonna keep barking, he's out of here. So relax, dude, chill. The reason why I spec'd on Static X is because if you look in the more recent comics and movies, they're taking a lot of characters, older characters, and they're doing renditions on them, which a lot of times doesn't go over well with people, because a lot of people, you know, we like what we like, and when you take an old IP, or you take an old address and you change it, a lot of times you get backlash. And there's still a lot of good, unique, original characters out there that they can use, they can mine from, essentially. So, and if you look at it, Milestone Comics was pretty successful little spin-off that DC did, and the characters are pretty well accepted, they're pretty well liked. So, and if you ask me, I wouldn't say it's, you know, all political, but a lot of it has to do with money. You know, DC probably doesn't have the money and doesn't want to pay the money to the original creators, so that way they can take those IPs and they can use them, effectively. So that being said, I think it's just a matter of time before a lot of these rehashes and these remakes, they're gonna find out they're not making any money, people don't like them, and so they're gonna try to mine the bottom of the barrel. Or I wouldn't say the bottom of the barrel, because Static X obviously is not a bad comic, it's a great comic, but they're gonna start trying to find those IPs that they think they were gonna go over well, and they're gonna have to finally fork over the profit. They're gonna have to fork over the money to get these people to get the rights, which is good. So eventually, I think it's just gonna be a matter of time before they do. And so hopefully, based on that, Static X is gonna go up. Hopefully they'll get their time in the limelight, you know? So, and then I bought it in 2 different types. Here you can see I just got it in the raw. And then I also bought it in the case. It comes in a case too. Has its own kind of plastic bag, like I know Spider-Man #1 comes in like that gold case, and a couple other different colors. So yeah, got one of each. Just hopefully that goes over well, you know? Like I said, it's a spec, you never know. Cool. And then number 2 here I got coming up. I'm gonna show here. I'm gonna go ahead and just show it off the bat. Here, it's Sonic the Hedgehog. Which one is this one? This is number 13. This is the first appearance of Knuckles. That's why I got it. And then also, if you look over here on my bench, you can see this is Sonic 0. There's number 1 and there's 0. Both of them are decently valuable, and I think speccable. I would go with number 0, obviously, because 0 is the first. So the reason why I went with Sonic is because if you look at it, it's the history that the creators have of the movie, the last movie, that sits well with people. Because when they first released that first rendering of Sonic, I mean, it was hideous, and a lot of people had backlash to it. And instead of like arguing with people or sticking it through, they took that criticism constructively, and they ended up making a way better looking Sonic, in my opinion, and I'm sure in the opinion of a lot of other people too. So that's nice that they took that positively and didn't try to like stick it to the fans. So, and then the movie went over well. I mean, I watched the movie, I thought it was great. I'm excited for number 2. And if they continue to listen to the fans like that, they're just going to continue to make a better product, in my opinion. So right now they have really, really good standing with the fans. And that's something that, like I said, you can apply that to other things too. It's obviously not just Sonic. In the future, if something like that happens, you know, you got to have your ear to the ground. And you got to hear and go, oh, okay, well, people really weren't liking the first, you know, shoots or the first scenes they saw, and gave them some criticism. And instead of bad-mouthing the fans, the bread and butter, they actually took that to heart. And so I think that's a good thing. And yeah, so that's why I spec'd on Sonic. And I'm excited for number 2. Either way, doesn't matter to me if it goes up or not, because I love Sonic as an IP. And I hope number 2 is going to be great. So, yep, Sonic. All right, let's move on here. So I have, I should have mentioned in the beginning of the video, I have 3, and then an honorable mention, a kind of a 4th, but it's really quick, and it's nothing that a lot of people don't know, but it's worth mentioning, I say. So, all right, number 3 here is Tankers, number 1, by Bad Idea Comics, and I'll tell you why. The reason why I went with Tankers is because the idea of the company and the philosophy behind it is they initially make it difficult to get their comic, which in itself kind of adds a rarity to it. And then it's a number 1. It's a first issue of a brand new comic that started that I think it has a great premise. I think it has a very expandable premise, or even one that they can use to make shows with or a movie with. I mean, come on, man. You go back in time and they're using these huge mechs to fight dinosaurs. Like, what else do you need? That's something that could go over pretty well. And then again, like I said, the company itself is already adding a scarcity level to the comic. They're already making it harder to find. So by default, there's not a lot of them hanging out there. Some comic stores didn't, I'm sorry if I'm shifting them around, my back's getting tight. Some comic stores didn't get them. Some people just had to get them online. Some of them came in bad shape, you know, so it's hard to get a couple in good shape. And so, and like, again, that's just not just Tankers itself, which, like I said, I think is a great comic. You can apply that to other comics. And if there's a company out there, and like the same thing happened with Last Ronin number 1. I mean, obviously everybody wanted it. It was a really well-known comic. It was really well liked. And then there was printer errors. So then that just added to the scarcity level of it and made the value worth more. So yeah, that's something you can apply to other comics too in the future and go, oh, okay, hey, you know, this is going to be harder to get. Off the bat, it's going to be worth more. So yeah, Tankers number 1. And then my last one here is an honorable mention. I have 2 comics here, just kind of to facilitate what I'm trying to express, and that is new indie comics. Especially if you're ordering online, or if you have a pre-order and you're getting them for a discount. A lot of pre-orders, you can get them for 20-30% off if you order them early. And so here I'm holding just Frontiersman 1, and then Primordial 1. Sorry, I know, not the best camera work, guys, but you know, these are just one-off comics that they have a good premise, they have a good idea, and a lot of times these either just get speculated upon, maybe someone thinks or says there's going to be a show or a movie, and sometimes there is a show or a movie. And then, you know, you can take a comic that you bought for $2 and sell it for 100. I think that's the last time I bought a Stray Dogs #1, just because the synop sounded great. I was like, wow, that sounds awesome. I think it's going to be a good comic. So I only bought 2 copies. I bought one for myself and then one to hold on to. And, you know, I got it for $2.79 and I sold it for like $95. So that's good money to me, you know, and it's worth the investment. And even if it's not, I mean, you're adding to your collection. That's the whole thing, you know. I mean, I'm not sure about a lot of you out there, but I'm still a collector at the end of the day too. I like to collect these things. Making money is a cool side project or a side part, you know, like a lot of people say. It keeps the hobby going, it keeps you invested, and it keeps it to where you're not, you know, draining your wallet every single time, you know, you go to a comic shop. You're like, oh man, I got some profit I can put back. So that's a neat little feature about it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That's the end of my spec video. If you guys have any comments, go ahead and leave them down there. Or if you have any recent specs, go ahead and leave them in the comments as well. I'd like to see what you guys are thinking. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And don't forget that when I start hitting some more subscribers here, there's going to be some giveaways. I have some CGC slabbed comics. So if you guys are into that, tell your friends and make sure you subscribe yourself for sure. So once again, thanks for joining me today here on a beautiful Sunday. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and thanks for watching. Bye.